Alright guys, so I've had a couple different problems with some of the Corsair products that I own. So we called up their support line and they were kind enough to help us through setting up an RMA. And so what we did is we set up an advanced RMA on my AX1200i so that I could keep the cables in my computer and then just send in the defective power supply itself but not have to recable everything. So that's what's in here, is that new AX1200i. It's got some airbag packaging around it. And then, other than that, it looks to be a completely retail packaged AX1200i. So I'm actually not going to make a video of unboxing this actual power supply because I've already done that once and it just seems kind of redundant to do it again. But what I'm going to do is take the power supply out of here and replace the one that's in my computer right now, and then we'll send this back in. And then I'm also going to send in some other things that I've had some problems with that they're going to fix. But for now, let's replace the power supply in the system. So the nice thing about having a modular power supply is if you ever have a problem with it, all you really have to do is just unhook the cables and unscrew the power supply itself, and then swap everything out and you're good to go. So that's exactly what I'm going to do here. Obviously I've got my computer turned off or I wouldn't be doing this. And I'm just going to loosen up the 4 screws on the back here first. And then once those 4 screws are out, you can just kind of manipulate your power supply out a little bit and start unhooking your modular wires. And then once you've got all that undone, your power supply should come free. I'm just going to set this up here for a minute and grab the new one, and we're just going to put it in, which is basically just doing the reverse of everything we just did. And now with all these wires plugged back in, all we gotta do is line this back up and put our 4 screws back in, and then we should be back up and running. And plug in our wall power. And flip our switch, of course. And now everything should be back to normal. So now what I gotta do is package up this defective power supply and package up all the other things that I'm sending in, and then we'll just get that sent out with the label that they're actually providing for me, which is really nice. So let's get to that. Alright guys, so I got everything packaged up that I'm going to be sending back, and obviously I'm going to add a little bit more packing material on the top and on the side here. But what I'm sending back is obviously the power supply, so that they don't bill me for the one that they just sent me. And I'm also sending back that H100i that died, as I said in my unboxing of the new one that I bought. So I figured I would just send this one in and at least have a replacement so I can have it sitting on a shelf somewhere in case I ever need it, rather than having a broken one sitting around. And then I'm also sending back my Corsair Survivor flash drive. It actually doesn't have too much of a problem. It's just that the O-ring that seals the cap onto the flash drive itself, it expanded and then it fell off the flash drive, and they can't send me a replacement O-ring, so they said just to send it in and they'll send me a new drive, which is actually pretty nice of them. So I'm going to package all this up and we'll send it off to Corsair. So today's May 8th, and I'm going to ship this package out May 9th, and then we'll see how long it takes them to send back all the replacement parts. So I'll be back once that package has arrived. So here we are, it's now May 21st, so less than 2 weeks later, and I've got a package back from Corsair, and what's in here is the H100i. Now the flash drive isn't in here because they're still processing that, so I'm assuming that they're going to ship that in a different package, obviously. And so let's just crack into this. Now this package does look like it got dented in a little bit over here and some over there as well, but that's not Corsair's fault at all. That's just UPS liking to throw packages around. So here we've got the box for the H100i. This airbag's not deflated, which is a good thing because it looked like it might have slammed into here, but since that wasn't popped, it's probably okay. But I still kind of would like to see a little bit more packaging material on that. That did the box definitely was not filled up with that. We'll just slice open the plastic real quick. I have a full unboxing of this cooler on my channel if you want to see that, but I'm just going to open it up real quick and make sure everything's okay in the package. There's a little dent on the box there. I'm not sure if that's due to something on the box there or if that's just unrelated, but definitely something to take note of, I guess. Luckily that dent doesn't seem to go too deep into the cardboard on the other side here. And there's this foam here, so everything should be okay when I pull it out of this side of the packaging. So here's my two fans. No broken blades or anything. Cables, obviously it's probably not going to break. Bag full of mounting hardware. I'm not going to take inventory of everything in there, but it looks like everything's there. My mounting brackets, got all three of them. And the radiator, let's take a look at what condition this is in. So here's the cooling plate. You can see that it's got some brand new thermal compound on there because this is basically a brand new unit. I'm actually not sure if this is refurbished or if it's just brand new, but I honestly don't think it matters just as long as it works, really. And taking a look at the radiator itself, I don't see any bent fins on this side. And I swear I saw one from this side, but yeah, there's a couple little tiny dents, but they're so minimal it's not going to matter. And honestly, those are to be expected just because that's what happens pretty much, and you can't prevent it, honestly. And then obviously there's the cooling block itself and, you know, the pump and everything. But overall, the replacement H100i looks to be in good order. So now I'm just going to wait to get my flash drive back, and we'll take a look at that as well. So it's now June 17th, and another package from Corsair has finally arrived. And this is going to be the flash drive. Now, I did contact them again through the customer support ticket, and pretty much as soon as I did that, it got shipped. So that makes me think they might have like almost forgotten about it or something. But as soon as I said something, it did get shipped out. So, I mean, at least they sent it, of course. So, here they've got a little airbag packaging the flash drive. And you can see, just like all the other products, they just send you a brand new one in the packaging for a replacement. So, we'll just slice this open. Of course, hit the tripod because that's a requirement in my videos. This packaging is absolutely garbage. I hate this stuff because you can never get into it without like cutting your hand open or something. But here's the new flash drive. It's identical to the old one except, you know, brand new and not all worn out, and it's got the O-ring on there, of course, because that's what I sent it in for. And it's actually really interesting to think about how one of these flash drives started my computer several years ago. Now, I've explained this in a video long ago, but most of you probably never even heard the story. So what happened was I bought two of these off of Newegg, and they sent me a coupon for a few dollars off of a purchase from their website on some select products like RAM and power supplies and stuff. And I'd been wanting to build a computer for a while, and so I used that coupon to get some money off of RAM, which as soon as I bought the RAM, I was like financially invested in building a new computer, and that's what drove me to buy the rest of the parts and build the entire computer. So it's really interesting how, I guess, the memories that are attached to these flash drives. So even though this is a new one, of course, those memories would still carry over. Overall, I'm pretty happy to see how they handled this with the free shipping both ways for all this stuff, and just taking care of me and replacing everything that was messed up in any way. So I guess that's about all there is for this video. So if you enjoyed it, please do click the like button, as that does help me out. Also, leave me a comment about anything that I did well at or anything that I could improve. And if you would like to see more of my videos, then please do click subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys later.